Oh shit. Here we go again.
No, don't pull. No. Ah!
Mahito might be one of the worst human beings of all time. If I had to rank the top 5 worst human beings of all time, Hitler would be number 5 and Mahito from JJK would be number 4. To truly understand that time Yuji put belt to ass on this piece of shit, we gotta go back to the Shibuya incident. And without further ado, that's enough yapping, and let's go. Alright, so the scene kicks off with Mahito booming Nanami right in front of Yuji. Mind you, this is the second time Mahito has killed someone that's been close to Yuji right in front of him. After this, Yuji decides to actually fight the piece of shit, but he pulls out a curse spirit that makes a giant wall. Yuji tries punching it, but he's unable to, because you know, they were once humans. Mahito then pulls out another cursed spirit that eats the wall and tries to eat Yuji as well. Yuji catches the cursed spirit with his mouth using both hands, which lets Mahito pop out of the cursed spirit and punches Yuji right in the face. Mahito and the fat cursed spirit tries to go for the decapitation, but Yuji barely dodges that and comes out with the toughest face scar. And like, bro, Yuji, we peeped the scar. You don't gotta pose like this. Then Yuji asks how he can toy with other people's lives. But then this motherfucker makes a puppet out of his dead friend that he killed, by the way, then stabs the puppet through the head, then has the audacity to say, "You are me." Mahito then summons a wall between the two, which slowly starts closing in, to the point where it looks like one of those cave diving videos. They both have a little staring contest before Mahito tries going for the jab, but Yuji disappears underneath him to give Mahito an uppercut, then does an upside down kick. Mahito summons a bunch of saws, but Yuji kicks the wall to make space to dodge the attack. Mahito jumps up to hammer Yuji, but that shit doesn't work as he gets his face kicked onto the ground, making him eat the dirty ass floor. Mahito tries crushing Yuji with the wall, but he breaks the wall, then they have another staring competition. Mahito then makes his arm into a gun and starts spraying and praying. 0 bullets hit Yuji, by the way. Yuji goes into an elevator, but Mahito comes from above to swipe Yuji, but misses, which leaves Yuji the perfect opportunity to go for the punch, but Mahito's nasty ass twists his neck around his arm, getting all personal in his face, then tries going in for the kiss, but thankfully Yuji dodges that attack. Look how horrified Yuji looks from the thought of almost kissing his nasty ass. Yuji then starts punching this man to the point where the elevator completely falls. Yuji gets out, finds 2 random civilians just standing around. Yuji was like, "Yo, get the hell out of here, this place is dangerous." But the 2 civilians turn into cursed spirits and gets a clean punch on Yuji. Mahito then comes out one of the civilians' bodies, then turns the other one into a sword, then starts whipping Yuji with a bunch of dead civilians on the whip. Yuji catches one of them and was like, "Yo bro, you good?" But bro turned into a cursed spirit, exploding and blinding Yuji with blood. This gave Mahito a perfect opportunity to get a clean hit, but suddenly spikes start poking out of his body. You see, a while back before the fight, Mahito split himself into 2 parts. His main part is fighting Yuji, and the second part was to roam the upper floors of Shibuya. Now, the second part of Mahito couldn't use idle configuration and encountered Nobara, and they started boxing. I'm not gonna go into Nobara's fight, but all you gotta know is Nobara is the reason why the lower floor Mahito looks like this. Because of Nobara, this gave Yuji the perfect chance to start putting belt to ass on this nasty piece of shit. Then grabbed him by the clothes, then slammed him into a wall, then kicked him, which sent Mahito flying, then landed this nasty punch on Mahito and started comboing him all together. But before Yuji could land the final punch, Mahito split into 8 different ugly children, then reconnected himself, running away. Now, at the same time, the upper Mahito that was fighting Nobara ran away from Nobara, and she started chasing him. And you can tell where this is going. These 2 swap fights so the real Mahito with idle configuration could lay his stinky ass finger on Nobara's face. And look at this frame, bro. She knows she fucked up here. And then Mahito just booms her entire face off. Poor Yuji, bro. He can't get a break. Mahito doesn't even let this guy process what happened, because he lands a black flash on Yuji immediately, then starts beating him around. Then Mahito was like, "You are me." Just as I kill without a second thought, you save without a second thought. Then Mahito goes for the final attack, but then Yuji disappears. And we see Todo pulling up to save bro. He pulled up so hard that the lighting in the atmosphere changed. Todo was like, get your ass up, twin. We gotta get back for Nobara. And that's what Yuji exactly did. Mahito tries to grab Todo, but he slides under, then kicks him in the stomach, sending him flying up. But Mahito grabs the debris to throw it at Todo. But that doesn't work, so he turns into a goddamn Beyblade, but Todo comes up from behind. Mahito tries to go for the swing, but swaps places with him, then swaps places with Yuji and lands a black flash. But Mahito gets off. Now, peek how in sync these two are. Mahito creates two big ass hammers, hits both of them, but as he's about to hit Yuji again, Todo swaps places to block Mahito's attack, then swaps again to let Yuji kick Mahito. Then Todo uses Yuji as a cannon to throw him at Mahito to break the subway floor. And now they're fighting underground. Now, I'm gonna need y'all to lock in real quick. What I'm about to say happens in 5 seconds. Mahito splits apart to make it a 2v2. Then Mahito, looking like a fucking trapezoid, tries to go for Todo, but they swap places with each other. Yuji comes in by having Todo carry him and goes for the punch. But Mahito dodges that punch by turning into Slenderman and having Yuji's entire body go through Mahito's long ass legs. Mahito then turns into a pufferfish, inflating with spikes. But Todo comes from behind with the nastiest body kick slam, I don't know. But then this fuck ass pole comes into frame, so I can't commentate right here. But when the pole gets out of frame, Mahito turns into a straight up 2D circle and starts bouncing around till Todo knees Mahito in the face. Then the fuck ass pole comes back into frame, but once it's out, Mahito turns back into a balloon. Now pause here. I just gotta say, this is probably the goofiest frame. There's no reason for Mahito to be a straight up ball with his eyes and nose stretched out like that. Anyways, Mahito becomes a balloon, starts inflating, but Yuji kicks Mahito, making him pop. But Mahito comes from behind. Yuji has no idea, look at him. Todo comes in between them. Mahito then creates a giant arm, but then the pole comes back into frame for a third time. Then once it's out of frame, Mahito becomes pairs of lines. I don't know, blame the pole. I don't know why he looks like this, but yeah, Mahito jumps up to use soul multiplicity and spawns little worms that destroy the area. Ooh, that all happened within 5 seconds, by the way. I just dissected every single frame, by the way. They get back to the subway with Mahito almost slicing Todo, but he blocks it. At the same time, Mahito grows a third hand to try and touch Todo, but somehow he claps with both of his hands occupied. That means he must have clapped without using his hands, but instead his ass cheeks. Damn, Todo, I didn't know you were packing all that. His baggy jeans hiding the cake for real. Todo teleports to kick Mahito into an elevator and he starts going up floors. Todo and Yuji find Mahito and Yuji throws a rock at him, so Todo could swap places with the rock to give Mahito a black flash. But that doesn't work again. Mahito then summons tentacles that takes the fight outside. Todo switches the places of Mahito and Yuji, holds Mahito down so that Yuji could come in with a kick. But Mahito does a 360 on his head until it pops out. Then the body of Mahito grows a head of a snail and starts fighting the two with whips. I'm so lost right now. Mahito's head starts growing hands and the skinniest legs ever, then starts running around the fight. Now, out of Mahito's like transfigurations, this gotta be the ugliest one with his skinny ass legs. The head turns back into Mahito himself, then spawns this transfigured human that goes after Todo to separate the two. Mahito summons a whole lot of cursed spirits that come flying at Yuji, but he jumps up. However, one catches him and sends him flying through a building. Another one appears, mouth open, but Yuji chucks the whole building into his mouth. Yuji then starts riding the cursed spirits, tries to kick Mahito, but he catches it and flings him into a wasteland. Todo deals with the transfigured human and comes back to the battle. Mahito unleashes a 0.2 second domain, vomiting out his hands drenched in his nasty ass saliva. Then we cut to Mahito talking with Sukuna. Mahito's like, I'm finna kill Yuji before you can do anything. And look at Sukuna, bro. He does not give two shits. We cut back to the fight where Mahito successfully did a 0.2 domain and gave Todo a bunch of STDs, but he slices his entire arm off. The arm full of STDs explodes and starts raining down blades that cuts his necklace. Mahito comes in, hits him with a black flash, but Todo focuses his energy on his stomach, lessening the blow. Mahito rushes in, but Todo's necklace falls off, and it's a picture of Yuji, and who is this? Bro, even Mahito's confused. Okay, first of all, I love my homeboy, but it's not to the point where I'm carrying 24/7. As for Takara-chan, bro, fucking Sydney Sween is bad, but it's not to the point where I go to her daily. Anyways, after Todo's necklace breaks, we are transported into his mind, and we see Todo as well as Taka-chan start beating the living hell out of Mahito. When he's finished, he does his boogie woogie technique by clapping his one and only hand with Mahito. Bro, you could have clapped with your cheeks like before. I don't know why you didn't do that. He does this technique by clapping his one and only hand with Mahito, switching the position of him and Yuji, and having Yuji hit a black flash on him point blank. Now, after this, Todo's hand is fried. It looks like he wiped himself only using his hands. Todo faints, and now it's up to Yuji. After this, Mahito realizes his true essence of his soul and does his final transformation. And all I gotta say, this shit is low-key ugly. I liked it when he didn't transform. This looks like a rip-off Genji, I'ma be honest. Yuji goes for the jab, but that doesn't do anything. Then summons a blade out of his elbow, which stabs Yuji in the shoulder. They start dodging and weaving each other's attacks, but eventually Yuji gets slashed at the end of this. Yuji comes in and tries punching him, but Mahito eats every single one of them. Had Yuji looking like Naoya for a little bit with his fuck-ass pillow punches. Mahito then extends his blade, cutting Yuji's cheek wide open, grabs his face, picking him up, and slamming him onto the ground. This jump creates a crater, and Yuji comes up with a plan to hit a black flash using his maximum curse energy. Mahito sees this, so he creates a giant wave, and Yuji starts charging his curse energy. Mahito comes out of the water, tries slicing him but misses. Then Mahito starts jumping around the place, but Yuji is still charging for his attack. Mahito decides to go in for one last punch, but his body fucks up, which allows Yuji to land a punch on him, but Mahito's still able to move, and is about to hit Yuji with a blade until the crippled man Todo pulls out one last time to clap his hands for the boogie woogie technique. Mahito looks around expecting him and Yuji to switch places, so he alters the direction of his attack and hits a random pipe. But in reality, the boogie woogie technique is gone because, you know, he can't really clap anymore, and Todo only came here to have Mahito think he was gonna switch places in the first place, which gave Yuji the perfect opportunity to hit this motherfucker with the final black flash. You know it's over when Mahito tries to cough up more cursed spirits, but all that comes out is his nasty fucking HIV saliva. Yuji then explains how they're alike each other, tying it back to when this nasty HIV bitch boomed Nobara, and how he's gonna kill him over and over again. If Mahito gets reincarnated, he's gonna be killed by Yuji. Mahito starts shivering like, he's gonna beat my ass, and then tries running. And look how pathetic this guy looks. He imagines a world in like a snowland, and Mahito imagines himself as like a snow bunny, and Yuji as a predator. Whoa, pause. Yuji's a wolf that's hunting him down. Mahito trips and he starts crying. Mahito then hides a rock inside a snowball and throws that at Yuji and hits him in the head. And look how pissed Yuji looks right now. Yuji then goes for the fake punch, then starts kicking him around. But before Yuji could kill Mahito, Kenjaku appears. Kenjaku then absorbs Mahito, turning him into a ball, and then deep throats him. And yeah, that's where Mahito dies. Bro, I was just so mad when Kenjaku pulled up, because what do you mean Yuji wasn't the one that killed Mahito? Overall, 10 out of 10 fight. If you enjoyed this video, please comment, like, and subscribe. This video literally took forever to make, and this channel is literally brand new. I only have like 4 videos on this channel. So yeah, that's it. Goodbye, everybody.